Great, it's working. It's muted. And we've got you. Somebody named Dash, if you have any thoughts about that. Just says Dash. You never know. I've got it as an unnamed for now. Okay, we'll find out. We've got a little bit of a, it's funny, rain is always like a low turnout rate in life board and on Zoom too. And I'm like, but the point is I don't understand. Okay, here we go with folks coming in. Good morning. I'm Judge Person, and I'm going to repeat myself while people's audio connects. I'm Judge Person, as I say, and I'm just kind of watching while the audio systems connect, because if I say a bunch of important things and you can't hear me, it's like I didn't say them. So good morning. I'm Judge Person. I welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court. And I do have a few folks while I'm waiting for those connections to happen. I don't know who they are, so it would be helpful. There's one I'm just asking you to unmute. You've got a number like 1007-14383, something like that. Yes, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Amanda Miner.
Thank you, Ms. Miner. Appreciate it very much.
You're welcome.
And I'm just going to change it on the screen for the purpose of the meeting. And when you hang up, it'll go back to what you have, if that's your thing. So
okay,
don't worry about that. And I'll keep you muted, but I will give you a turn shortly. And also there's an iPhone, a gentleman, I believe, named iPhone right now, Beard.
Joe Everett.
I've got you. Oh, sorry, who?
Joe Everett.
Yes, I've got you.
Okay.
Yours says Joe. But this one, you don't have a red. I'm sorry, you do have a beard. There is a red bearded gentleman. What is your name?
Are you talking to me?
I am.
I'm Michael Austin.
What's the last name?
Austin, Austin.
Thank you so much, Mr. Austin. Got you down there. Got it. Okay. And then I had a person named Dash. And I'm looking. There we go. Hi. What is your name?
Steven Stewart. I
Okay.
think it's just Dash from the Zoom call.
Oh, I see. Stephen Dashel. Okay. That's fine. Got it. Okay. Now I think I've got everybody down. So that's good. And I see Mr. Wilson's not connected. I just need to see if I can get him on audio text. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give some basic information before we get started. I want to let you know just a handful of things. When you're given a ticket or issued a citation, those are all methods that the law has for accusing someone. That is what a ticket is. It's an accusation. When you give a plea, you're giving an answer or response to the accusation. There are three options for entering a plea. They are guilty, not guilty, and no contest. Of course, the law presumes we are not guilty. I want to talk to you about what the plea really does, how the plea works. Okay, so if you plead guilty, you're admitting that offense. You're saying, I did this. Your case will move towards sentencing If you've already been sentenced and the sentence is not working, you might have received what is called a show cause, which is a notice that we give before a warrant gets issued. It's because I think that the order is not being met. And we'll talk about what is and isn't working and seeing if I can make adaptations on your case. Okay. But if I'm accepting your plea for the first time and the plea is guilty, we're moving into sentencing. And I'm going to talk about what that looks like in a moment. If you plead no contest, it will take the same course of activity, but it is not admitting the offense. A no contest, or sometimes called a nolo contendere, not contesting plea, is a way to move into sentencing without saying I did or I did not do this. Okay. It's a neutral, go ahead and sentence me, not saying yes or no. Okay. It's going to take the same route as a plea of guilty, but up front, there is a big difference. Okay. If you plead not guilty, you're maintaining the innocence that the law presumes, but it's actually bigger than that. When you plead not guilty, you are literally signaling to me as the judge that you are moving the burden of proof to the state, demanding that they prove the case against you. And we all have the right to do that. So it's not a problem. You just need to understand it. So if you plead not guilty, that case is moving automatically toward trial. Today, we have a pretrial docket and a regular docket meeting, and I just weave those back and forth. It's an efficient use of my time. It's an efficient use of your time that we not have it be special dockets in Class C courts. We have a limited amount of those. Okay, so if you plead not guilty today, you're meeting online. I'm asking the prosecutor, as well as yourself, take a good long look, see where you want to take the case, and I'm gonna respond to what the direction is that you're taking your case. I don't have an opinion about your case. I just need to move it along and protect your rights in the way that I'm required to do by law. Okay, so today is a meeting with you and the person representing the state. That person is Ryan Matson. He's going to unmute for a minute and just speak for a moment so that you can have him on screen. Everybody knows who he is. Mr. Matson, could you do so?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ryan Matson. I'm the prosecutor for the city of Temple.
Thank you. Mr. Matson doesn't work for me as the judge. He's the equivalent of a DA at the city level. Therefore, he answers to the city attorney's office. He does appear in the court. He's assigned as a duty here in the court, but I'm not his supervisor. Okay. That's a distinction. Another distinction that is important is that we want to make sure that you know that he doesn't represent you. He represents the party that filed the charge. Okay. So that happens in law. We still have to converse and talk with one another, even where we disagree. Okay, so that's that docket, and I'm about to get that started. But before I do that, there's just some more information. If you plead guilty, and in that note, sometimes cases get resolved at the pretrial level. Sometimes they don't. And once again, don't have an opinion about it. Everybody's getting a good long look today, seeing if there are any issues that we need to bring up and address on the way to trial that are better resolved prior to trial. And the next meeting, if you're on the pretrial docket, on the not guilty docket, is a live meeting here in the court. Now, the paperwork that we sent, it was probably an email with a link to this meeting, and it set actually two dates. One is the online meeting, and the second one is called a live meeting, and that's the next meeting is here in the court. So it's already been set. I'll remind you of the date today, and you can write it down again if you didn't find that paper yet. But in any event, that next meeting is here in the court, and we'll meet for probably 15 to 20 minutes. I always tell people just allow an hour just in case, because that is a specialized docket and there's more than one person on it, and they're on the hour, and we do those as efficiently as we can. So that'll be the next meeting. And then we schedule trial. There are just certain things that we need to do prior to trial that are constitutional signposts, basically. And some of them I can do online, and some of them I don't think are appropriate for online. So we'll be doing that. If you plead guilty or no contest, or you've already been found guilty, there are just some ways that things move through the court. So Generally, you're found guilty, it goes on your record, you pay those fines and costs. Let's talk, I'm going to back into that. First of all, paying fines and costs, I can look at your income to debt ratio, and I can look at the situation and try to make a good order that will work if you provide the information. In connection with the not guilty docket, I do ask for that same information because I will eventually be scheduling a bond on your case, and I need to schedule an appropriate bond. If I don't have good information, I might make an order that you can't do. If I don't have the information at all, what the law says is I can max the fines and then we just go there and you've got, a limited amount of time to get it paid. So I'm trying to work with you in connection with that form. And my position under the law is if you're not paying everything today, then I need to look at the income information. Otherwise, I've got multiple forms and processes, and you're actually getting sort of, you're getting a lot of settings and things, and it's unnecessary. Okay. So I do make adjustments. I look at whether reductions are appropriate, whether some community service is indicated, etc. Okay. So that's on payment of fines and costs. The other thing I said is it goes on your record. There are 4 exceptions available from the bench, even where you've pleaded guilty or no contest, but they need to be done prior to accepting that plea and having a conviction entered. There are still 4 ways that I have available from the bench to gain a dismissal. I'm going to tell you what they are, and then I'm going to tell you just briefly how they work, and then we're going to get rocking. Okay. But the thing is, I have found that if everybody has the basic understanding of how things move through the court, I don't repeat questions. And what will bore you more than listening to me do this once is listening to me do this 18 times. Okay. So, and possibly missing things that you didn't know that would be good to know. So compliance dismissals, driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and teen court are all methods for gaining a dismissal. Compliance dismissals are things that are designated by state law that can be brought up to date and dismissed. The law must specify, it then has little requirements. There's a list of about 15 of those in the traffic code. They're usually related to things like equipment violations. If you have something like that, those laws say the judge shall do so, which means that I'll be looking to see if I can. Okay. You're welcome to ask about it. I'm not trying to prevent questions, but I am trying to not have you have the same questions over and over because people get bored. And also people worry about it and then they don't think. So compliance dismissals, I'll be looking, you're welcome to ask. Driver safety course options are a way to gain a dismissal of a moving violation. You must have the proper license to get into the program, and then you must complete the program on time and properly. It is in writing. You'll have everything written down that you're required to do. You must first be eligible and then complete it. I'll be looking for that eligibility. You're welcome to ask about it, but I won't wait for you to ask. I'll be looking, okay? One of the reasons I do that is I make certain assumptions about people. One assumption I make about people is that people are definitely wanting to save money, and people are often concerned about their record. What I will say to that is that that's not everybody. Not everybody values those 2 things, and not everybody values them in the same order. But nevertheless, I make that assumption. Mr. Austin, I hope you're not driving, right? Thank you. Okay. Thanks. You just, it's one of those, it's not just a pet peeve, it's illegal and people forget and they go, oh, I need to go do a thing. Anyway, you're good. Anyway, so back to just, I'll get to you in a minute, but back to the driving safety options. So with driving safety option, let me just talk about fines and costs. Every ticket has a fine and every ticket has a cost. The costs are set by the legislature. I can't change them. They have to get collected. I can't waive them directly, only in limited circumstances. Fines are set by the judge, and I have control over those because I'm the judge of the court. So in the driving safety course option, you do have to pay the court costs. Your fines go on hold. If you get your record, the proper record, and your course, the proper course, turned in on time, the ticket gets dismissed off your record, no conviction gets entered. The fine that was on hold gets waived. It's less expensive to do the program and get it off your record than to pay the whole ticket and get it on your record. And that may seem strange, but the reason is that we know that people drive better after they do that course. That's empirically a proven statement. So it is an incentivized program. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But I will be looking to see if you're qualified and checking in with you about it quickly. Okay. If you have questions about that, you may ask me. The third way to gain a dismissal is a deferred disposition. This one works a little bit differently from the previous two, because with a deferred disposition, you have the burden to make that demand up front. And I don't want to embarrass anybody, but I'm not sure how many people would raise their hand and say, I woke up this morning thinking about deferred dispositions. Most of us don't think about that. So a deferred disposition, deferred means delay, disposition means to make final. I delay making your case final. I put an order in place that says, if you do these things that are listed on this sheet of paper, I will sign a dismissal. Nothing, no questions asked, just these things. Okay. The law says in a Class C court, you can ask at the time that you enter your plea, guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. The judge then has to say, I will grant your deferred or I will not grant your deferred. The judge has discretion completely over that. Okay. I will listen each time. I will consider it each time, but you must make the request. So it's just guilty or no contest. I'd like a deferred. On the not guilty docket, sometimes you and the prosecutor come to an agreement about deferred and bring it to me, and I can still say, yes, I approve it, or no, I don't. But y'all can come to an agreement for a deferred and bring that to me. There are only a handful of cases where the prosecutor must be part of that discussion. If you have something like that and you request a deferred, I will, let you explain to you how we're going to move you over to talk to that prosecutor about that. Okay. So just go ahead and ask and we'll go from there. Okay. The fourth and final way is through teen court. Teen court looks a little like deferred, but I'm allowed to push it on you, unlike deferred. And with teen court, you don't have to do it, but I will start trying to talk to you about it, because if you're in high school or middle school or even homeschooled, as long as you can prove to me that you're in school, I can look at teen court. It will save you money. For parents, it's a really good option, not just to save money, but if your young person has a traffic violation, they have now moved into the top bracket for death and dismemberment on the roadways. Texas is the #1 state to kill our young people or maim them. And if it's a penal code violation, we're really looking at future employment options being limited. So teen court is about a second chance and a better outcome. Okay, so those are the 4 things I have. Okay, I don't have secret, super hidden options that you have to know a secret handshake to get to. Okay, I like to level the playing field and just get going. So here we go. Mr. Mattson, just beginning with Taylor Presley being your first person. I was watching as everybody logged on, and I've got you in the order that you appeared in the Zoom. And so Taylor Presley, can you unmute and maybe stop walking would be helpful? Because
yeah, I'm sorry. I was just trying to go grab a phone charger so that I didn't lose you.
Okay. Well, is it okay? I'm going to go ahead and move. Are you
Yes.
not to die? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move you over to that meeting.
Okay, thank you.
With Mr. Mattson. And Mr.
Thank you.
Mattson. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Mattson, I'm moving you over as well. And then I'm beginning as well with Annette Quinones. And everybody says that name differently. So hopefully I didn't make it uncomfortable for you.
No, it's
How do you say it?
Quinones.
Quinones. Okay. And let me get your file. Let's see. I did review everything back on the 20th. And there were just some inconsistencies that meant that I really wanted to talk to you. And we didn't have it. We had a no-show at the last setting on the 13th. So I'm glad you're here. Because 1, I don't want to do a warrant, and you already have one, and I'd like to get it cleared up. And 2, I had some questions. So first question is, I did receive a plea of guilty. This is for a no insurance charge from September 7th of 2022. The case has gone to warrant, and I'm going to do this in pieces, so bear with me, because
Okay.
I go step by step, and that way I get clarity.
Okay.
Are you entering a plea of guilty at this time?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I'll accept your plea. Now, the next thing is I had some information from you, and it kind of tied into a few different issues that were possible. One was, you said I'm out of work, but then you listed where you work with income. So have you started a new job, or is that old information?
No. I do work. It's just
Okay.
that I have a lot of time off of work. So my paychecks aren't, full paychecks because I have to take time off of work and I don't have time to put in. Like I've exhausted all of my time off. So every time that I'm out now, it's unpaid. And it's been for like the last 2 or 3 months due to, my condition that I have.
And forgive me, I don't mean to ask overly personal information, but in connection with other options, if I'm looking at community service, what are the limits based on due to your condition?
Well, I get chronic migraines. So the change of weather, the light, the sun, will I will start getting a migraine. I'm very sensitive to light, sun, and the change of weather.
Okay. And then your spouse is working at Walmart. Is that a second job for you or your spouse? Okay. And then the other thing is, it does look like you have children living in the home, but they are of majority. Is that right?
Correct.
And are any of them disabled?
No.
Anyone disabled and defined as disabled in the?
No.
Okay. And then okay. So yeah, so you had put a couple, and then the other thing was you had requested a payment plan. You had asked for $100 a month. Here's the thing, I like to set realistic payment plans and get warrants out of play and not have to come back in 5 different times to reevaluate whether it's going to work. So I would set your payment plan lower than your request, and I would set it at $50. I would go ahead and recall your warrant, but I just need you to keep in mind there are holds on your license because the passage of time meant that, of not coming in to deal with it. Those things got added, collection activities, and some of those go away, like the warrant I can take off. The hold on the license is there until the case is completed, which is defined as a zero balance in this type of case. So just be aware if that's an issue for you, you'll speed it up. Now, a payment plan with a court like mine, you can pay the minimum and be fine and not get another warrant and get more fees added. If you miss a payment, you need to get in here before you miss it, because that way we can work with you and not have you get more warrants and more fees and more negatives. Okay. And then the first thing I would say is that you can always pay more and there's no penalty for paying early.
Okay. Yeah, that was a question.
Yeah. You think of if you said I'm paying $50 a month and next month you came in and paid it off, you're done early.
Okay.
Right. So my whole thing is, if I'm talking to you, I try not to set you up to fail. That's my goal when I'm making an order and I'm talking with people. I need to set realistic goals with people very, very quickly. So I can do $50 a month. Now, can you make a payment today?
Yes, I can.
Okay. And then it's always on the 20th.
Okay.
And because there's a warrant, now we're not going to arrest you if you come into court to make a signature, but normally we have you come in to sign for that. Can you do that this morning?
I might be able to do that this afternoon.
What time? We need to do it today.
Okay. What time do y'all close?
5.
5. Okay. I can be there before 5. I can be there around 4:30.
4:30.
Yes.
Okay, great. Once you sign, your warrant will get recalled. We will not arrest you here at the court.
Okay.
As long as you're here to make a good faith attempt to resolve things, we don't arrest you here.
Okay.
So we'll have everything at the front desk, and you'll just walk in. Any clerk can help you in the lobby, okay? And just tell them who you are and that you're here to sign your paperwork, and they'll get it pulled for you, and you'll get a copy of everything, and then we'll get on down the road.
Okay,
Okay,
and located?
sorry.
Where is the location?
Yeah, so we're where you came to fill out forms before if you did that, but it's 401 North 3rd Street.
3rd Street. Okay, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Any questions?
No, that'll be it.
All right, thank you. You're good to go.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so I'm moving forward. I've got someone coming in late. I'm just gonna let them in. And looks like Mr. I think the other. So anyway, I am moving forward. Morning, Mr. Bishop. We've got a few late people. I'm not sure why people are doing that, but I don't even know who this next match them up, and then I'll move on. Rhonda Kimmons, can you unmute? Hi,
Sorry, it's Taylor Presley. I had to switch devices, so I can rename it right now.
That's okay.
I got it. I was already doing it when you asked.
Okay, very good. Mr. Matson's in the other room. Were y'all coming back into this room?
No, we were having audio issues. He
Okay.
couldn't hear me when we changed.
Let me move you over to be back talking to him. We'll see if that works. Okay, moving right along. My next person is Leonard Wilson. Leonard Wilson, can you unmute so that I can hear you? And he's one I sent to a chat to at 9:05, and I don't have him connected audio wise. And he did not. I asked him to connect his audio or hang up and try again, and neither thing happened. So I'm thinking that didn't get through either. When that happens, it would be like if you walked in the room and just put a blindfold on and some earplugs in and refused to talk. I'm going to remove you from the meeting. But he'll be, if he can hear me at all, I'm going to do it in a minute. I'm going to wait. I'm going to let him know. When I was young, you could call a number and it would say, please hang up and try again. And if it wasn't working. And I'm just going to let him know that. Yeah, it just says he's not even in the meeting. So, all right, well, I'm going to try again to see if that works, but I will move forward. Joe Everett, can you unmute and let me know how you're doing?
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Right, I'm pulling your file.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just reviewing real quickly. I know you had an injury.
Yes, ma'am.
When was that?
That was like at the beginning whenever you guys gave me like when I was supposed to. I forgot the actual date. I couldn't find the paperwork of me going to the emergency room.
Okay.
But I know I have it, and I was thinking about like going up there, but I just have my daughter, and I'm always busy with my other three, so it's just been hard to like including I have no driver's license at the moment, so I haven't been driving, so it's just been a little hard to move around.
Okay, tell me what's going on with your
Um,
hold on, let me finish the question before you answer it. With the physical condition that you're in terms of the long-term situation, what's your long-term? Like when are you clear of this injury?
You're cutting in and out here and there, but I've been clear maybe about like 3 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, I believe. One of those. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. But I've been trying to find another job at the moment. But my wife is working, and I've been having like my youngest. She's 11 months, so we've been trying to get daycare to put her in, so I can be able to do payment plans, because right now the community service ain't working. So I was trying to see if maybe we can make payments through my wife, but in the court, when I went up there to do the paperwork, they were saying something about that I couldn't do that because, you know, I have to be the one providing the money or something like that.
I don't, I'll work with them to see what happened with that, but no, it's acceptable for you to sign and do a payment plan. But the information you provided doesn't support that I make an order like that. You wrote that everyone was unemployed. And then
No,
you
no.
you did though. So
Yes.
so hold on. So the answer is for you to come in and fill out the paperwork properly.
Yes, ma'am.
Since you're under oath, you want to do that anyway. And then I can do $25 a month. Can you make a payment today?
Not today, no, ma'am.
Okay, when can you do so?
Probably Friday, I would say.
Tomorrow or next Friday?
Next Friday, ma'am.
Okay. That's your beginning date.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's 4/28. And then the next thing is I need to get your signature on this payment
Yep.
plan and the new information today. So what time can you come up?
I can probably be there around like maybe 4:30 as well. I just need to find a ride, and my ride doesn't get off till like 4:20, something like that.
Okay. We'll look for you around 4:30. Just don't show up as we're closing the doors. You might miss
Yes,
it.
ma'am. Oh, y'all close at 5, correct?
We close at 5, but we need a chance to do some business with you.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
I'm just going to make a note that you're going to supplement hold on. I need to truly, I mean, we cancel each other out. So I need to get you to supplement the information when you get up here.
Yes, ma'am.
Just list your spouse's income. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That'll work. All right. Thank you. Any
Yes,
further
ma'am.
questions before you go?
No, ma'am. That'll be all.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. You take care. Bye.
You too. Okay, Mr. Matson, I know that you and Taylor Presley were visiting, and if I could just get an update where we are, that would be great.
Your Honor, Ms. Presley is going to send in proof that her registration was already updated at the time of the citation. So once that's been received, I'll dismiss her ticket.
Is that a prosecutor dismissal or a compliance dismissal with a fee?
It would be compliance dismissal.
Okay, so there's I believe a $10 fee. Let me double check. Yeah, it's a $20 dismissal fee. So sending it
Actually,
in,
Your Honor, sorry, I believe it would be a prosecutor dismissal because she already had the registration at the time of the stop. It just wasn't,
okay.
The sticker wasn't on the car yet because she had to get the old one off.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Then what'll happen is, Ms. Presley, he will want to send that in is she sending it to the court?
Yes.
Okay, we'll have notes in the file and that should route through and we'll do a dismissal. We'll email it back to you as soon as it's signed. That should be sometime as long as we get that from you this morning. Okay.
Yeah, I have it ready to send right now. I was just wondering if there's anything I should put in the subject line to make it easier or anything like that.
Just put your name and that way we can, and put compliance doc.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. You're good to go then. All right, thank you. And then Mr. Matson, moving you forward, your next person is Atwan Finley. And Atwan Finley, can you unmute? There we
Yes,
go.
ma'am.
Great. Let me move you over to that meeting and afterwards you'll come back over, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. And I'm moving forward as well. Let's try again. Let's see. I had, well, he's off again. I had Leonard Wilson, but I'll just keep moving along. I may need to call him after court, see if we can manage. Joshua, or yes, Bishop, can you unmute and tell me how you're doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Okay. Let me look and see what we're. Moment. Hold on, give me a moment to review. I have a no contest. This is on an assault by contact, family violence charge.
Yes, ma'am.
You are in high school, yes?
Yes, ma'am. Currently I'm at an alternative school.
Yeah, that's still high school though.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
I did receive your juvenile papers because at the time I think you were, I don't know, just because you're under 18. I think
Yeah.
it's got sent. Okay, and so I'm looking, everything's looking good. We had an arrest sheet, excuse me. Yeah, I had a little concern there. I'll talk to you about it in a second. And then I accidentally pulled somebody else's file with yours. Okay. Oh, it looked like too much paper. Okay. So, okay, Mr. Bishop, I am allowed to time serve this, but give me just 1 second, okay?
Yes,
Can I
ma'am.
just look at the complaint real quickly? I'm just asking the clerk. I would like to look at the complaint that's been filed, make sure everything's in order, and see if I have any questions. You also put that you were requesting team court. So that's a different option than time service. Although, hold on, although in making a team court order, I would take into account the fact that you had some jail time. So just give me a moment to do a review, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where it says complaint. Okay, we're making sure we have a viable complaint. And actually it's not where we normally put it. So there's a good reason why I checked. So just hang on, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm actually gonna let the clerks work on that for a couple of minutes and then I'll be right back with you, okay?
Yes, ma'am. So I can mute myself or
Yeah, just stay muted for a few minutes and I'll be back with you, okay? Let's see. Well, actually, I think you might be Leonard Wilson. Let me try calling him. Because everybody else here is for the pretrial docket. So hi, Mr. Wilson. Hi, this is Judge Person.
Thank you for calling, Judge.
Yeah, I could see you were having some technical difficulties and I didn't want to miss the chance to talk to you. Thank you for taking the call. Let me just review everything with you. Are you in a position where you can listen and hear what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So I do have several charges. And the first thing I do with folks is clarify that I understand the plea paperwork that they've given me. And then I move into what available options do we have for sentencing? Okay.
Okay.
So starting with January 22nd, well, they're all on January 22nd. There is a no insurance charge called failure to maintain financial responsibility. It's gone to warrant and it has fines and costs of $331. And I did receive a plea of guilty from you. Is that your plea at this time?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay. And then the next thing that I received was a driving while license invalid charge. And the fines and costs there are $331. And it has gone to warrant just due to time. And I did receive a plea of guilty. Is that your request at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And then I received a possession of drug paraphernalia. The fines and costs are $286. It's not quite in warrant yet, although it's kind of heading that direction. And I did receive a plea of guilty. Is that your plea at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then I received information listing your bills and two possibly twins in the home. And and they're underage and you've got kids and a request for a payment plan, but no income information, including no disability, no food information either. So I wasn't sure if you were just leaving those blank or if you didn't know what to put there. Do you have any income to your home at this time?
Right now, it's just my wife working right now, and as for myself, I'm waiting for my disability to kick in at this point.
Okay. Your pending disability? Okay. I know that can be a long wait. And you can't always know when that trigger is going to your spouse is working. Where is your spouse
Looks, here in Temple at an Olive Oil.
And you put here that you were single. Are y'all living in different homes?
No, we live together. We're just unmarried.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah. I get it. Okay. So her income, is she a waitress?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's a variable. And are y'all living with family or are you maintaining a home together? Okay. Because yeah, you've got, I mean, it's not like it's insane crazy bills, but they're bills. And four people. And do y'all have any other children in the home?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And just give me a brief sketch. What's the overview of your disability?
My right hand was my wrist was severely damaged, and it had to have reconstructive surgery, tubes, fakes, screws, the works.
Okay, so I guess what I'm looking at is I can take two courses of action. I can do a low payment and maybe do some reductions before your pleas are accepted. And then I can do like a minimum payment of $20 a month, and then you could always pay more if you want to do that. Or I can order community service, but I'm a bit concerned there. Now with community service, if I order community service and you bring me a doctor note where it's clear that you've reviewed what's available to do, there's a list of places, you can review that list with your physician and have him or her give us a note saying you can't do the community service, then I can take that under consideration within that community service order on or before your next due date. And that's normally what I do in cases like this, is I order the community service. I give you a pretty big window to get it done. I recall the warrants so that, you're free to move about the cabin, minus the fact that you need to solve your license problems. But, and I have some information that you can come get about how to try to get a license. And then you meet with your physician and get their clearance or non-clearance and bring it to me. And if they say you can, I give you more time. And if they say you can't do it, then I look at whether I can waive it. Okay.
Okay.
So I think that's where we are. And I'm going to go ahead and make that order. And what I will tell you is that the total right now is at $948.
Yes, ma'am.
And that would turn into, like, I get triple credit up front and it's 47 hours. And right now I'm going to give you until June 27th, which is a 60-day window to either get started, get it done, or get a doctor's note. Okay.
Okay.
I need you to come by to the court to pick up your packet for this. We won't arrest you, but there's just quite a bit of paperwork. And I actually want to give you some license information too, to help you. It's a walkthrough for how to get a license when your license has been suspended. Too. So when can you come by to pick everything up?
I can do it right after this is concluded.
Okay, let's say by 10:30, okay? Any clerk in the window can help you. Your ride can wait in the car because you're only going to be in here about 10 minutes, okay?
Okay,
All right, Mr. Wilson, thank you.
thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, you have those licensing tickets. Perfect, thank you. Thank you for this. And let me look at that. Okay. Thanks, everybody. I knew he was struggling with the physical appearance part. That's done. And I've got this, thank you. Mr. Matson, let me get, Mr. Finley's back in, perfect. And I've got minor waiting in them. Okay, so let's go ahead and get an update. Here we are on the 2 charges pending for speeding and failure to yield the right of way to an emergency vehicle. Accusations dates of February 12th for Mr. Finley. Mr. Matson, where are we?
Your Honor, we're going to go ahead and set for final, but I anticipate these cases may be resolved prior to then.
All right, Mr. Finley, so the way this works is that right now I've scheduled a final pretrial for June 28th at 2 o'clock. It's possible sometimes that the parties have something in the works and they come to an agreement and get that to me. Sometimes they think they did that and they didn't, so I don't take it off the court date and they think I should be. If it's on the court date, it means I don't have what I need to take it off. So call the morning before if you think it's off and just double check. If it's not off, it means we're missing something. We need to all get on the same page. If y'all reach an agreement prior to the date, I normally will follow that agreement, or I will set it, or I will not take it off the docket, basically. So you'll know what's happening, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions before I let you go?
Just about my license and my suspension on my driver's license.
I don't have a suspension on your driver's license.
It's not suspended?
No, I didn't say that. I don't have a suspension, if you'll let me finish. I don't have a suspension on your driver's license. If you have a suspension on your driver's license, you need to check with the licensing agent, which is DPS in Texas. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Check with them. You can do it online, but I don't know the reason, but you can find the reason on their website.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
You too.
Okay, Mr. Nixon, moving you forward. Your next person is Carol Threet. Carol Threet, can you unmute, please, so we know that your audio is working? Here, maybe that helps.
That helps, yes.
Perfect. I'll move you over to that meeting at this time. Okay, so moving forward. Mr. Bishop, I did finally get that. Yes. Thank you. Okay, give me just a second. Let me read what I'm being handed. Okay, so the party that is making the accusation is really coming through the police department, and the accusation is an assault as to Frank Price, and I believe that is your
My brother.
brother. Okay, so I just want to make sure you know what you're charged with before I accept the plea. So Do you understand the nature of what you've been charged with?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I can accept your plea and time serve you because you were arrested.
Yes, ma'am.
And if we do that, then I just clear the case today.
Okay.
Okay. Do you accept handling it that way?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's to me like you have a treatment plan and medication available just from what the police department sent over. And with Teen Court, that's kind of what we would be doing. So it kind of makes sense to me that you're already doing what we would be checking on. Is it fair to say that you have a treatment plan and medication that you are working with?
Well, I used to take medicine, but I don't anymore.
Okay. Have you reached that conclusion with your physician?
Yes, ma'am.
Your family?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Well, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will go, you will receive some information in the mail because this type of conviction does result in a limit on your ability to purchase weapons for a period of time. Okay. And so we'll send that to the address that we have on file. And I'm not going to give your address over the internet, but I do have it on Young Avenue. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If that changes, come by the court and let us know. And you can pick up your paperwork if you wanted to come get it, but we'll mail it to you otherwise. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll let you go. Got an iPhone person coming in. It's just a time served. But I would like this to go on in these documents since I did review them. And yeah, then we send him the information about. We got to make sure that's happening because Yolanda just. Yeah, if you don't mind rounding out and check. Okay, let's see. iPhone is connecting. Here's and then okay, person an hour late, so we'll see. Hi, Miss Austin, is that you? No, Mr. Austin, excuse me. You were the other iPhone. Pardon me. It's Miss Minor coming in, I think. Ma'am, remind me of your name.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, remind me of your
Yes, I
name.
don't know why it keeps booting me out. Amanda Miner?
Okay, that's what I was thinking. And I apologize. I got you and Mr. Austin's number mixed. Okay, Miss Minor, I still have you down. You didn't lose your place. Technology isn't perfect and everybody's speed to connect is not the same. So
Okay.
don't worry about it. You're here and we'll work with you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You'll be muted till it's your turn though. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Matson, are we ready to move Ms. Street back over?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay. Where are we with regard to the Threat case?
Your Honor, Ms. Threet is going to send in some photos of compliance, so I'm just waiting to receive those. So I anticipate that this case will be dismissed prior to the final setting reaching here or reaching that date.
Okay, so I'm going to set it and then it'll go away if a dismissal is received. And right now it's set for June 28th at 1 o'clock. Okay. Until I get something different going. Okay. Do you have any questions before I let you go? Okay. No questions?
No, I do not have any questions.
Thank you. I'll let you go.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. And then Mr. Matson, your next person is Michael Austin. Mr. Austin, can you unmute and let me know how you're doing so I can make sure your audio is working?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
I sure can. I'll move you over to that meeting with the prosecutor. Okay, and I'm letting in a late person on a telephone call. I don't know who it is. Hello, phone caller. Can you tell me who you are, please? Hello, on the telephone. Can you please unmute and tell me who you are?
I'm Steven Stewart.
Already got you, Mr. Stewart. I didn't just let you in on the telephone. Hello, telephone caller that I just let in, 254 area code, ending in 995, possibly.
Is that me?
No, ma'am. You're on a smart device.
Hello,
Hi, what's your name?
Angelo
Angela, do you have a last name?
Quesada with a Q.
Okay. Great. Give me a second. I'm Judge Person. And I've got your
Okay.
file. Okay. So I have a no driver's license charge. And if you paid it, it is $181. And I'm showing that you are at the Edwards Academy. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I did receive a plea of guilty and a request for teen court. Is that your request today?
The only reason I requested is because they told me that with that, my record will be clean.
That's true. I'm gonna make it, can
Yeah.
you get a driver's license?
You said what? Sorry.
Can you get a driver's license?
Can I get one?
Yeah, are you able to get one?
I have to do I think because I tried asking for one, but they told me that I have to do the classes for it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So I have to do that first, and then after that, I have to wait so I can receive my license.
Well, I mean, right now, I've got you driving in April and no license. So for teen court, I'm gonna require that you get a license. With teen court, there's a $20 cash fee. Can you pay that fee today?
The $20?
$20, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then, do you have a parent with you right now?
My grandma.
Okay, is that your main guardian or do you have parents?
I have my mom too, but she had to go to work.
Okay, are you off? How about a dad?
No, I don't have one.
Okay, does your grandmother speak English?
No, she only speaks Spanish.
Okay. So I think what you can do is, can your grandmother drive you over here?
To the court.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, my answer was yes to the court. Where else would I be?
Oh, sorry. Right now she can't because she can't drive.
Okay, so here's the deal. You're underage, so I can't actually accept the plea yet. I can't sign you up for teen court yet. I need you here in the building with a parent to do the paperwork. And I can't proceed online on a phone call or online at all without a parent present. And so I'm gonna let you go. You're telling me you can't get to court today. I'm gonna reschedule your case for May 4th. And you can either come up here and wait in the lobby till I can work you in that day, or you can get online with your mom and we can do court through the Zoom. But I'm scheduling you to May 4th. I need a parent present.
Okay.
I can't take it further and I can't take it seriously if we don't get the basic requirements. Between now and May 4th, it would be very beneficial for you to go ahead and get online and figure out what you need to do to get a driver's license and figure out how you're going to do it and how quickly you can do it. Because part of teen court will be that you do it. So you might as well get started on it, okay?
So when my mom gets home, do I go to the court and tell them, or do I just wait until May 4th?
May 4th.
And y'all will send me the link again, and everything?
We'll send you a link.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see you then.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Give me just a moment. I'll be right with you. This is on password. We did not turn off on the docket. These are the extras in there. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Matson, let me get Mr. Austin back over. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we're good. Okay, let's get an update on the single charge of non-motor vehicle in the street.
We are going to continue to final pretrial, Your Honor.
Okay, we're scheduled for final pretrial on June 28th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we will see you then.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you. I am good to leave now.
You are, thank you.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mr. Matson, moving you forward with Amanda Minor. Ms. Minor, can you unmute?
Hello.
Hi, I'm moving you over to that meeting with the prosecutor. Mr. Stewart, we'll be with you shortly. That requires a commitment order. It's a good time to learn to do one of those.
Please leave your message for 25442196993.
This is a message from Marcus Scott. You had a court date at the Temple Municipal Court today. You did not show up for court. If you come into the court and reschedule, you can have one more opportunity to not go to warrant. Please don't ignore it. Just come to the court and ask to reset. I am the judge of the court and I will put a note in your file to allow you to reset this time. But on the reset, you must be present. Again, contact the court to reschedule your case. You need to do that today. It is April 20th. He has disability benefits. I don't know the reason. He's a student at would appear. If he doesn't contact us today, I'm willing to do a reset for 2 weeks. Just to give him one more chance, because I don't know if he's intellectually disabled, I don't know what's going on. But it just went straight to voicemail, so I don't know. It's not turned on the phone, but it's not disconnected. He should be, and probably forgot or didn't know what to do. So he could sign up for first offender program, because that's really what we would do. So if by the end of the day he hasn't prepared, let's keep him on time. See if we can, because otherwise it'll knock him out. Okay, Mr. Matson, let's see. Let me get this minor back over. Okay, where are we with regard to the no insurance charge?
Your Honor, we're going to continue to final pretrial, but I anticipate this case will be resolved prior to then.
Okay, so 1 o'clock is the time on June 28th, Ms. Minor. And if the case is resolved and I take it off the docket, then you won't need to be here. Okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
You're good to go.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Mr. Matson, I'm moving you over with Mr. Stewart. Okay, we can activate it. Hold on, so I think we've done everything we can do. He's not gonna do her part. And Caitlin Williams, did we get anything? It was an essay. Do we know? Okay. Of course. 2 weeks, yeah. Let's double check today that nothing came in. And then if it's not received today, then we just move forward. She told me she was in the middle of doing it. Which, you never know if that's true, but she has to close the business and we're done. Okay, this CD, it's just a motion, it has an intro. Incredible. Have y'all seen that? You know, you can get those buttons that are like, that was easy buttons, and that you can get anybody, just program it. To do it. And they're advertising this. I don't think it was a joke. I think it's actually a Bluetooth thing and it pulls off and it's just dance music. And it's for work. It's like just create a dance moment of like 60 seconds. It's like crazy, crazy. I think part of me thought about doing it up here, but I don't think the court administrator would appreciate it. Hmm? We have Mr. Stewart. Here we go. Okay. Where we are with regard to Mr. Stewart's case.
We are going to continue to final pretrial, Your Honor.
Okay, no problem. I have that scheduled already for June 28th at 1 o'clock. And we'll see you then, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.